Hello, and welcome to Morning Motivation. I'm your host, Dakiana Jackson, small business marketing coach and founder of Inspired Marketing, Inc. It's almost the end of the year. December is usually the time we're simultaneously reflecting on the current year and planning for the next one. We attend vision board parties, journal, and create these audacious goals we are sure we're going to accomplish as soon as the calendar turns. Then January 1st comes and we hit the ground running. For a while, the new year glitter fades and we go right back to the same habits that threw us off track the previous year. But next year can be different if you recognize what tripped you up in the first place. So what is it? What can make this coming year and even the rest of 2019 different for you? Your mindset and the actions that follow because of it. That's what's going to do it. This week, I'm kicking off a series called Mindset Matters. Each week, we'll dive into a different trap that's holding you back in your business. I'll also give you some tools to bust through them, because what's the use of talking about the negative if you don't have some solutions and positives to back it up, right? Now, as Henry Ford said, whatever you think you can or think you can't, you're right. I'm going to help you realize you can. You can feel confident in your abilities. You can charge what your products and services are worth and still get clients. You can live a life of financial abundance working for yourself. You can create a clear and focused vision for your company, and you can have a successful business and get things done. I'm going to kick off the Mindset Matters series with trap number 1, lack of confidence. How would you feel if this time next year you had 100 happy, paying new clients on your roster? What would it feel like to finally turn that side hustle into your full-time job? Great, right? Now, what if I asked you to tell me the number one thing holding you back from achieving those new clients or leaving that 9 to 5 behind for good? Would you tell me, it's lack of money. You know you need capital to run a business. And that's true. It definitely takes funds to invest. It takes money to make money. And bills definitely can't be paid on dreams, unfortunately. But there are funding options out there for you. Even non-monetary ones like bartering or pitch contests or even loans. Would you blame your perceived lack of education? Now, you know it doesn't take a PhD to run a business or be successful. Bill Gates is a prime example, one of the richest entrepreneurs in the world, and he only has an honorary college degree. There are many examples of those who dropped out of high school or definitely dropped out of college and went on to have great businesses. Maybe you'd even say, you know what, I am going it alone. I don't have any business partners. How can I be successful? And I know firsthand that trying to do things by yourself is tough, but it's not impossible to build a team, even from some contractors and interns, if you really want to. You want to know the number one thing that's causing you to fail in your business? It's the mind trap we're talking about, your lack of confidence and the action or inaction that follows from it. Yes, that self-doubt causes you to engage in self-sabotaging behaviors that are running your business into the ground. It's that still small voice that tries to convince you that your goals aren't worth achieving, that someone else can do your business better, so it's really better for you to quit before you get embarrassed. It's believing that owning a small business isn't a quote-unquote real job, since that's what your relatives keep saying anyway. You worry about what other people think to the point of paralysis. You doubt yourself to the point of inaction. This negative mindset trickles down into how you treat yourself in your business. When you lack confidence, your actions tend to be unfocused, rooted in fear, and not always in your best interest. Strategy often goes out the window. Having a winner's mindset is important because victory starts in the mind. And for you, it starts today. Mindset accounts for 90% of the reason you will succeed or fail in business. Why? Think of the following correlation. A positive mindset leads to you taking actions in your best interest, which leads to you enjoying success. When you feel confident in yourself, there's an extra pep in your step, right? You feel like nothing can hold you back. You start getting things done. It's during those times when you probably send that overdue email off to a prospective client, that one you've been putting off forever. You might write your next newsletter, plan your social media content, or even get started on that client work that you've already been paid for. The key thing here is that when you feel good about yourself, when you know you got it, you take action. And those actions are what can lead to your success. On the other hand, when you don't feel so good about yourself, you can become stagnant. Maybe procrastinate or make excuses. Fear may even paralyze you into thinking your efforts won't work anyway, so you stop mid-launch. Now, I'm not saying every action you take will guarantee success, so no, you may not sell out of every product or service launch, and you may still have some things that you've tried and they quote-unquote failed because you didn't hit your sales target, but taking action at least gives you the opportunity to do well. And at worst, it's a learning experience, and you know what not to do the next time. But when you do nothing, when you don't even pull a trigger, you only give yourself the opportunity to fail. So I read an anonymous quote today, and it said, "It took me 11 minutes to do that thing I've been putting off for 3 months." When self-doubt kicks in, we start feeling overwhelmed. We convince ourselves that a task is too big or it'll take too long, so we may not even start. Like, what's the point? It's not even going to work. But like the quote says, the task may take virtually no time. This person put something off for 90 days. It took 11 minutes. So the point here, we just need to start. So knowing your lack of confidence is holding you back is helpful, but what's next? So I'm going to give you 5 things that can help remind you of how awesome you are. Number 1, read your resume. It doesn't even have to be a current one, but pay attention to your past accomplishments. See those places that hired you. See the awards you won and degrees or certificates you earned. I'm sure there were some challenges along the way, but if you made it through them, you can make it through and be successful now. Number 2, phone a friend. I'm blessed to have friends I've known for 10, 20 years, and if I'm doubting myself, I can just send them a quick text and they will remind me that I've got it, whatever it is. And if you don't have anyone in your circle that can help, you're welcome to contact me. I'm sure I can help you find a few awesome things about yourself that you may have overlooked. Number 3, if you've already started your business, read old client testimonials. Every time someone says something good about you or your business, save it, bookmark the link, or screenshot it, and then pull those things out to remind yourself that you have been successful before. You've helped people before. And if you've helped them before, you can help some new people just as well or better. And if you don't have testimonials yet, then start asking for them when you perform client work. I call it a kudos file, and it really does help when you're stuck on a project or business is slow or things just start feeling overwhelming. Just pull those out and remind yourself, okay, I've done this before. I can do this again. I got it. Number 4, start small. Maybe you do have a big goal, like you want to write a book or you want to get your products on store shelves. In that case, start with just a tiny step. Maybe open up a new document on your computer and name it with your tentative book title. Write a few lines on what you want to write. Call it a day. Or make a list of 3 stores you'd love to show up in, then do a search on steps to get independent products into X store. A lot of times, the hardest part of a project is getting started. So doing these tiny tasks will get you on your way. You've accomplished something. You've started. Then just keep going. Number 5, hire someone else to do it for you. Okay, I know it may sound a little bit unconventional, especially because we've been talking about things you can do yourself, but that actually is something you can do for yourself, especially if the task is something that can be outsourced, and many of them are. So for example, maybe you've been putting off posting on social media because you just don't feel confident in knowing what to say or what graphics to pair it with. Instead of racking your brain and putting it on the to-do list in the section of things that really never get done, hire somebody. Get a social media manager, or if your budget doesn't allow it, Fiverr has people that are pretty cheap, or even go to a local college, community college or four-year college or university, and see how to get an intern. Sometimes you're able to give these people college credit. So you get something out of the deal and they get something out of it. You don't have to do it all by yourself. So again, those 5 things you can do to help boost your confidence. 1, read your resume. 2, phone a friend. 3, read old client testimonials. 4, start small. And 5, hire someone else to do it for you. So in this episode, I talked about how lack of confidence is holding you back from fully showing up in your business and being successful. I also gave you 5 tips to help immediately boost your confidence. In the next episode, I'll discuss another self-sabotaging behavior along with some tools to help move past it. Going forward, staying stagnant is not an option. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment or contact me directly at inspiredmarketinginc.com. Have an awesome day. This has been Dakiana Jackson with your morning motivation. If you need help marketing your business or even just a little motivation to keep going, contact me at www.inspiredmarketinginc.com. Until next time, have a blessed day.